All praise Yahweh Shemi Awashai. Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessing to the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Give me a second. Shalom, shalom. Khan. All praise Yahweh Shemi Awashai. Shalom, kings and princesses of the kingdom of Israel, man. About to do a little breakdown on the performance yesterday. Very, very unique performance. Very prophetic performance. And at the same time, wicked and folly. All that is Israel. You know, the curses and the blessings. We see all that. All right, so let me try to get this thing in order. All right, so all praises, man. So yeah, I just wanted to really touch on what we seen yesterday. I too much didn't see it at first because I'm not too much of a fan of sports like that. But I know a lot of brothers sisters as well. But nevertheless, I kept hearing about it. Then I end up watching a video, and I was definitely shocked on many levels. And we're gonna show the subliminal messages behind it, based off the time, based off the coming persecution, based off the unification of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All that's on there, man. All right, so we're going to really touch on it, man. And shalom for all the brothers and sisters that's on. So, and I'm going to give all honor and all praise to Yahweh Shemi Awashai. Yeah, so let's get it in real quick, man. Now, before we even go to Bad Bunny, right? I wanted to go and real quick pull out Kendrick Lamar and his video or his performance at the Super Bowl the year before this recent performance that just happened, and why it's so prophetic, how both of them was shaking the hand at the same kingdom, right? It's all right. Look, man, we got a lot to touch on. It's hey, Lord willing, Most High can expose a lot of the stuff that was said, and not too much on what was said, but more so the imagery, yeah, you know what I'm saying, and certain stuff was said as well, but more so we're gonna focus on the imagery, the imagery, because imagery is what most people are moved by, right? Most people are led by imagery, right? This is why when colonization happened, they made sure that they brought a fake Jesus Christ to the indigenous people and all the indigenous lands. Why? Imagery is very important. It's a weapon. It's a blessing and a weapon at the same time, depending on how you use it, right? Because you got people that use the Bible, for death and destruction, slavery, colonization, to be justified of the things that they, were formerly doing. But then you also have us. You have people that will use the Bible, rightly divide the word of truth, so we can understand what's really being said behind, certain revelations. Because, not everybody is made to understand certain things, right? So the slave master will use, slaves, obey your master, and we put it in the right context. When it says obey your master, it's talking about another Israelite, and that's in the law. And after that Israelite have served for a certain amount of years, which is 7, it's required to let him go, and don't leave him with just nothing, like the so-called white men did during the after the Civil War, things of that nature. But When you release him on his release date, you will have to give him all that he earned while he worked with you, while he was a servant in your household. This is why the Bible says the law is spiritual, but I'm carnal, sold on the sin. The law is very spiritual, man. They want to, you got Christians today, they want to remove the law, but the law is so spiritual that you can't comprehend it because you are carnal. So they rather say, no, the law is done away with. All right. So that's not the topic. So I just wanted to kind of aim at all, points though. So let's play this now. Kendrick Lamar. Now we know there's a folly and there's a mighty message behind what he did last year. All right. Now he battled Drake, as we know. Drake and Kendrick Lamar had a a head-on collision. A head-on collision. Now, J. Cole as well. Kendrick Lamar tried to kind of bring him in the war, and he fell back, as a wise man should do. I consider that was a wise move, right? Because it got ugly, and there was a lot of slander. There was a lot of back and forth, tailbearing, everything against the laws of the Most High. We talking about on the spiritual level. Yes, on a spiritual level, that was off as heck. It was entertaining, and there was a lot of insight in it, but it was off as heck. So that's you hating your brother for the basis of this industry. You know how many people got paid? You know how many white hands got paid over that black on black crime, or the so-called black on black beef? But anyways, he's so, as momentum starts to build up within that year, he got elected, to perform at the Super Bowl last year in New Orleans. Now, the Super Bowl in New Orleans was called Caesar's Stadium. Caesar's Stadium. The message that Kendrick Lamar was bringing out, he was showing the struggles that so-called Negroes been through in America for 400 years. They even had Samuel Jackson play, he played Uncle Sam, showing how they have raped and robbed the Judites on all levels, in music, entertainment, football, whatever. They robbed, and they they literally Uncle Sam'd us. Brothers get caught with a damn Edomite woman. He got to spend a certain amount of money, millions, over a sex scandal. On and on, robbing us. So Kendrick Lamar made sure that he was going to shake the hand at the establishment. But the folly part was he used it by way of hating his brother, right? But I just want to play this real quick. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but here's one thing about it too. It's 13 minutes and 21 seconds. Bad Bunny's song is 13 minutes and 41 seconds. So it's around the same minutes. So let's play this real quick.
The National Football League welcomes you to the Apple Music Super Bowl 59 halftime show.
All right, so the first thing he starts with is tic-tac-toe, right? Well, no, Salaki, it wasn't tic-tac-toe. It was a controller, right? It was a game controller. Why? Because we are in the game. And that was his whole title of his performance. We are stuck in this game. All right. I don't know if you've seen it. It was an old movie called what was that movie called? It was called Jungle, not Jungle, but I can't even think of it right now. But basically, it was a movie about being stuck in the game, right? And so this man played the game. He threw the dice. Jumanji, that's what it was called. Salaki. It was called Jumanji. He threw the dice on the board game, and he got and it rolled to a particular number. I think it was 7, and it made a quote on the little ball, and it says, "You won't until they roll the same crap that you rolled, you will be stuck in the game." All the 10 tribes, so like all the 12 tribes, have been stuck in the game. Who game is this? Ultimately, it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But who controls this world? The God of this world, which we know is the so-called enemy of today. You know, who we consider Edomites. Prophecy exposes this, and many other things expose this, right? You got people coming against the revelation of who the so-called white man is, because he's been such a mystery for so long, right? All of a sudden, you know, you got everybody want to talk about all this, and he ain't an Edomite, he ain't the man. Look, prophecy begs the dipper, man. Prophecy speaks otherwise, right? So this is a game, right? Let's keep playing. I'm gonna tell you, like I said, this is very important because it's gonna link up with what Bad Bunny did. This is all the 12 tribes coming together through a performance. If you put both of these performances together, this is prophetic. Hey, this is Genesis 49. We're gonna pull that out, matter of fact. But let me play this and we go.
It's your uncle, Say. And this is the great American game. Everybody must be judged. But this time God only favoring us. 20 years in, still got their opinion.
This time God is only favoring us. Right? This time, so he's in the game. You just seen Uncle Sam, who was a black so-called Negro. And he says, only God is going to favor us. Yes, because only God's going to favor us in this last game. This thing, we in the end game. This is the end game. This is the last final level of the game. And God is only going to favor us in these last days.
Right now, like a power lift for the Olympians too. Carrying various darts right now, and deserve this like tiramisu. We go body for body, I need you a body, I'm probably a better masseuse. Really don't bother nobody, but they really bother me if I got to clear up the room. When I get the picture, if I had to sit you for hours in front of the booth. When I have a soul, even if I told you to stand next to Johnny and Q. Thought he would nothing but government cheese, but now I can seize the
fair use for spiritual purposes only.
government too. You in the foods, them color was pin and brown, but now the 102.
So, okay, so this was the controversy with Trump. Trump was there, I believe. Trump was actually there at the in this football stadium, which was called Caesar's Stadium. Caesar's Stadium, and he totally shook the hand. And from a you know, eagle standpoint, a high level. He was, you got to think about it. Trump and all these elites, you know, in the stadium, they on a highest view. They looking down at this game. So that's a cold symbolic message to let the powers that never be know that we know we are in the game. That's what he was shooting at. We know that you devils made this game, right? And this game is going to be fully controlled, is fully controlled by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. There's no, I don't care what these elites, you know, you got all this Epstein, you got the Epstein list out, but nobody going to jail. Why? Because we are in the game. This is their game, right? But the Lord will favor us. So, like I said, Kendrick Lamar, it was the first one to crack it off. He cracked off the rebellion. Now, how's that spiritual? Well, let's go real quick and see how is that spiritual. Let's see how is that spiritual. Let's go to Genesis 49. All right, Genesis 49. So, according to prophecy, what Kendrick did, cracked it off. And when I say cracked it off, because Judah, who he will represent, represents the king tribe of the nation of Israel. The king tribe, according to the Bible, will crack it off in the last days and stir up the other tribes to do so. All right, it's the book of Genesis 49 and 8. Judah. Now, what does Judah mean? Judah means, his name means praise. Right? Judah, your brethren, Salaki, Judah, your brothers will praise you. Your hand will be on the neck of your enemies. Your father's sons will bow down to you. You are a lion's cub. It says, Judah, you return from the prey, my son. Like a lion, he crutches and lies down. And what Kendrick Lamar was doing. All right. He was on the hood, crouching down, lying down in the game. Right? The scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet. All right. Oh, Salaki, I missed the part. It says, like a lion. I don't like this version. Hold on. This version is trash. Salaki, Kings. Let's go to a better one. Let's go to the King James. All right, here we go. It's madness. All right, so let's go there. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. All praise Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, Genesis 49 and 9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stoops down. He crouches as a lion, and as a old lion, who shall rouse him up? Right? Because once he get roused up, it's gonna be a domino effect of the tribes of the Israelites being roused up. Now, they might not be roused up in the way we, expected them to be, due to, rebellions and the refusal of trying to hear the words of the Most High. But nevertheless, they will, as this individual, Kendrick Lamar, they will show these prophecies in their own expressions. Right? And that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing these prophecies in their own expressions. And that's why the Lord give us the spiritual mind to see these things, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. Right? So that's spiritual. He's at the Caesar Stadium, shaking the hand at all the elites up there while being in the middle of a game and saying God will only favor us in the last level of this game. Deep. There's much more other things. Hey, y'all seen it before, so let's continue. Right? So now we go to Bad Bunny. Let's go to Bad Bunny.
National Football League.
Now, like I said, this is heavy. Like I said, you're gonna see wickedness and you're gonna see righteousness. Why? Hey, these are all the things that we suffer, right? That we are possessed by. Wickedness on one side, the left-hand side, righteousness on the other. But it's still an expression of demonstrating these prophecies. So, like I said, Kendrick Lamar was the first one to shake the hand up. Because you got people, oh, Kendrick did that first. Kendrick did it. Absolutely. He kicked it off. Right? Just for the next year to see this. Right? So, let's get into it. I'm just going to play the whole thing and then we'll break it down. Because like I said, it's hella deep, man. So let me make sure I'm turned up.
Welcomes you to the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show.
Qué rico es el latino.
Salaki, and one major point, how they start this performance, they're in a cotton field. They're in a Northern Kingdom cotton field, sugar canes and things of that nature. So let's go.
Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias, muchas novias. Tengo una, mañana otra, pero no hay boda. Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias, muchas novias. Tengo una, mañana otra, me la voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, Saludan a Titi, vamos a tirar un selfie, 6 chis, que sonríen las que ya les metí en un VIP, Saludan a Titi, vamos a tirar un selfie, 6 chis, que sonríen las que se olvidaron ya de mí. Me gustan mucho la Gabriela, la Patricia, la Nicole, la Sofía. Mi primera novia en Kinder María y mi primer amor se llama Batalía. Tengo una colombiana que me escribe todos los días y una mexicana que ni yo sabía, otra en San Antena que me quiere todavía y las TPR que toditas son mías, una dominicana que juega bombón, juega bombón, la de Barcelona que viene en avión. Si dice que me hizo te corren, ya que bueno, con mi corazón quisiera mudarme con toda una mansión. El día que me case te envío la invitación, muchacho, deja eso.
Antes tú me pichabas, ahora yo te quiero. Antes tú me querías, ahora yo no quiero. Antes tú me pichabas.
Las mujeres en el mundo entero.
Antes tú me querías.
Peleando sin miedo. Yo
All right. Now, you see the folly. Like I said, it's a lot of folly, and it's a deep message. So, the beginning of his segment of his performance, we see that they in the cotton field, right? And as he walks through this cotton field, he sees the evolution, the evolving of the Northern Kingdom, right? They're still in the cotton field. I'm gonna put emphasis on that. They are still in the cotton field, even in his house. You see that you got the house. They partying it up. You got celebrities all in there, right? But yet, when you look around, they're surrounded in the cotton field, as though they never left the cotton field. This is deep, man. This is deep. So I don't care. In other words, as much as you evolve, you are still a slave. So guys, this, like I said, this is a heavy statement right here. As much as you think you evolving, as long as you moving in sin and wickedness, you are still a slave, man. Right? You are still bound not only to the so-called white man, but you are bound even to your flesh, right? Let's pull out Romans. Let's get Romans chapter 6. Right? Because you see, like I said, it's mighty. They evolve. We see Northern Kingdom, man. They evolve on a high level, man. Northern Kingdom on a high level right now. But in the same breath, you see ISIS as a broom to sweep them out of there. It's just like you build all this up just to be swept out at the end. This is the same thing they did to Judah. Right? So let's go to Romans real quick. Romans 6. The evolution of the Northern Kingdom. Now, like I said, there's a lot of symbolism in here. We see smoke coming from the house, some type of incense type of look, right? So this can also represent a wicked temple, a wicked house, right? A wicked temple, a wicked house. Because what's down at the bottom, you see Northern Kingdom, going on one as they did in the wilderness. Right? So let me go to Romans real quick. Salaki. Like I said, it's a lot in here, man. It's a lot in here. That's why I had to stop. I said I might not just play it all due to copyright, but we'll kind of skim through it. All right, this is the book of Romans, chapter 6, and verse, let's see here. Salaki, give me a second. Verse 16. It says, know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. Right? So whether you sin unto death or obedience unto righteousness, whatever you submit your flesh to, yield your flesh to, that will be your God. So what we see right here, our brothers and sisters, they getting it, popping. They in a wicked house. Curses a house of wickedness. Right? They in a wicked house, and they have some type of spiritually, on a spiritual level, an incense going up. Strange incense going up. Right? While they're still in the plantation. This is heavy, man. And it's so heavy because you got Cardi B, you got Jessica Alba, you got all these major celebrities and high people on a high level, but yet they are in the same cotton field. They didn't go nowhere. We're not going nowhere. So Kendrick Lamar, he showed we are still in this game. But at the end, God is only going to favor us. And now we got Bad Bunny showing the elevation and evolution of the Northern Kingdom all the way up to the house, and yet they still in the cotton field, man. They still in the dang cotton field doing wickedness. Right? Why? Because they yield to their flesh, and now they're slaves to their own flesh. What's that? What's another deep thing is, I'm gonna play them real quick. Bad Bunny. What makes Bad Bunny? What makes this spiritual about Bad Bunny and all these people that's with him? What makes it so spiritual, right? Well, Bad Bunny is a Puerto Rican, right? He's a Puerto Rican with the sauce. Now, you got all Northern Kingdom down there. And you got him standing on the house, standing above the people, standing on the house. Why is it spiritual? Due to the fact that he's a Puerto Rican. Ephraim represents the northern kingdom, or the king of the northern kingdom. So the northern kingdom was led by the Ephraimites when the split happened. And when the split happened, the Ephraimite kings, or the Ephraimite king, led the children of Israel to sin. As he stands on the house looking down at all the 10 tribes, man. Like I said, this thing is heavy, man. This thing is heavy, man. All right, so now if you look at, let's go real quick. We'll go back to that. But I just want to look this up real quick, if I may. All right, so now the term for Puerto Ricans they use is Boricua. You probably don't see that. Let me flip it around. The term that they use for Puerto Ricans is Boricua, right? That's the term that they've been using. Well, it's an old Taino term. Now, Boricua, which is spiritual, is interpreted land of the brave Lord, or vibrant and noble Lord, right? Which represent king. Who's the king of? He's the king of all the 10 tribes, man. But the moment, the king rose up, once the split happened, the first thing that came on his mind was to lead the people astray, man. Set up wicked altars, put priests, put anybody a priest. Basically, anybody can be a priest at that time. And you can find this in 1 Kings chapter 12. Right? And the Bible says they got the lowest of the people to become priests. Now, another spiritual thing about this performance, like I said, it's bad and it's good. So let's go back. Another thing about this performance, where they at? So like I said earlier, Kendrick Lamar was at the Caesar Stadium. Right? We know Caesar, all the family of Caesar was Israelites' enemies. 70 AD, Rome destroyed the rest of Judah, right? Scattered all over the place. They used Judah and Israel as damn gladiators in Rome when they did capture them. Doesn't this remind you of a a gladiator type of scene right here? Right? Performing for the king, but throwing subliminal messages against the king. Right? So let's see here. Yeah, let's keep playing though. Oh yeah, Salaki, that's the point I wanted. Now, as I said, you had Kendrick Lamar, he was at the Caesar Stadium. This stadium is called the Levite Stadium. This stadium is called the Levite Stadium. Do you know this brother even mentions the Haitians as well? So this is the Levite Stadium, and he's gathered all the 10 tribes, actually 11 tribes, because he actually mentions everybody. Well, he actually mentions everybody, but since Judah don't actually have a particular flag, they have the American flag as well over there. But at the end, he's going to show that all tribes must come together. See, that's the righteous side of this video, right? On the football that he's going to show, it says we must stick together, or we must come together, right? So that was a flag. That was that flag being being waved to all the Israelites, right? So like I said, I'm going to show the evil and the good. There's a lot of good in here and there's a lot of evil in here, right? So let's go. So, and like one more thing, Levi Stadium. I think they even got a Levi sign up there. Is that it? It looked like a Levi sign, but the Levi Stadium. What does Levite mean? Join together. Join together. Let's keep going, man.
Ella sabe que aquí hay ticket, quiere que yo se la aplique, que todo se la trafique, ey, voy a llevarte pa' PR, mami, pa' que veas cómo es que se perrea.
Now, what we see here, he failed. So you have Bad Bunny performing in his rebellion. We're gonna use on the left hand side, performing in his rebellion with all the 10 tribes at the bottom of the house, right? And then he falls, right? Let's man, let me bring some precepts, man. Like I said, it's a lot in here, man. It's a lot in here. All right, so real quick, let's go to Isaiah 28. Let's go to Isaiah 28, man. He falls from his throne, man. He falls from his exhortation. Him being exalted, he fell in the house, right? While being in the plantation still, man. That's why I said, man, Northern Kingdom must repent. At the end of the day, all Northern Kingdom must repent. The Most High is not playing with you. Right? Everybody mad at ICE and all that, but at the end of the day, it's Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that's fed up, man. He fed up with all of us. All right? The Judites, they had the damn police just take their head off from 2012 all the way to 2020, man. You know what I'm saying? Like just straight murder. And now we seeing literally the same thing just with the tribes of the Northern Kingdom. The Lord ain't playing with us, man. We must repent. We must humble ourselves to this word, or you will fall from your status of a high level into the house, right? The house of wickedness. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 1. To the crown of pride, to the drunkards of Ephraim, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower, which are on the head of the fat valleys of them that are overcome with wine. Right? This is wine right here. But this ain't the wine of the Lord. You wasn't made to be a damn, you wasn't made to be drunk in drinking the cup of Babylon, man. You wasn't made for that. But yet, that's exactly what you see here. Everybody's drunk. Right? They drunk with Esau's money. They drunk with the fame. Right? Nobody's innocent here. Let's keep going. Right? Now that's a famous song. You know what I'm saying? That I think I know it's like in the early 2000s. You know, that was a Northern Kingdom mighty song. I believe that was a Pet Bull that made that, if I'm not mistaken. But it was also Yeah, it's been a while, but that was a famous song. So they're using a lot of these Northern Kingdom famous songs. Hey, this mighty. Look, this is why our people. This is why the scripture says that we are above all people, man. Like, who has swag and salt like this, man? It's real flavorful, but we have to realize they are still in the plantation, man. Right? Our sisters rebellious. Look at these sisters. Right? This is literally Isaiah chapter 4. Right? Let me bring that out real quick. I'll put it on the screen. Look, I mean, no, I want y'all to see them. This is spiritual right here. This is Eve. This is why we say Eve instead of the daughters of Sarah. Right? So let me bring this up. Right? You want to be the daughter of Sarah, man. We got too many Eves out here. And Eves don't hearken to Adam's voice, but the serpent. All right, it's the book of Isaiah. All right, Salaki. Let me get there, though. Oh, Salaki, it ain't Isaiah. It's Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16, right? It says, moreover, the Lord says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanting eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. That's what they do. Are they not doing that right now? Right? You know what I'm saying? So the Lord said, I'm going to judge them in various things. Right? So, like I said, man, our people, all of our people fit the scriptures. But when are we going to fit the righteous part of the scriptures? That's the most important part. Let's continue. Now look at this madness, right? But this is madness right here, man. Now, and this is another thing. We got to understand Bad Bunny is a man who goes both ways. Because, I don't know, it was one concert where he's literally kissing another man. So it's all manner of wickedness in Israel, man. This is why the Lord got to deal with us according to all the certain events that's happening. This the Most High. Don't blame nobody but the Most High. Because the Most High is doing this. Why? Because he looks down on Israel and see this. Two men going at it. Right? In the performance while being in the cotton fields. Right? Let's get to Isaiah chapter 1 real quick, man. This is madness. Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. See that? So in the last days, that's what we're going to see, Sodom and Gomorrah. We see this right now. This man is freaking on another brother, man. Right? This is freaking on the Northern Kingdom with a Northern Kingdom male. Now, and it's funny because the video goes so fast, you don't even see this. You probably think because everybody dancing all in the same place, right? I wouldn't even doubt this would have looked like when the Lord said, hey, Moses, I'm about to destroy everybody down there, man. I'm going to make you a great nation. Hey, Moses had to get on the Lord, man. He had to show the covenant like, man, wait, hold on. According to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you gave me these promises. Like, you know, if it wasn't Moses interceding for the nation of Israel on both sides, Southern and Northern Kingdom, then, hey, everybody would have been wiped out because he probably seen this. Let's run that back. So we see this. Like I said, You got musicians playing the violin. You know, they on a high status of life, but yet they are still in the cotton field. It's like no matter how far in life you succeed, you will always be in the cotton fields. That's what this whole performance represents, man. You know, because our brothers and sisters, they thrive to be successful. And then when they get to that high level of success and they find out how wicked it is up there on that mountain, right? You got brothers running. Like I remember, you know, back in I believe like early 2000s, you know, Martin Lawrence, he was running damn near butt naked on the street, bugged out. And this is like in the height of his career. Right? I mean, look at every brother that rises up, every sister that gets fame and all these things, they always end up in some type of real situations. They find out. Now, notice another thing. As we're gonna go a little deeper in this video, we're gonna see the dark side of this plantation. Right now, mind you, Jay-Z is here at this game. Right, Jay-Z's here at this game. Lady Gaga is here at this game. Why is that important? Because we know, you know, this Epstein files that's been you know, brought out. This dark side of the industry and the people that played a hand in this. All right, you don't think, damn, Lady Gaga and she's about. I don't want to spoil it. So let me just keep playing and then I'll make the point.
Nunca dejes de creer en mí. Tú también deberías de creer en ti. Vale más de lo que pienso. Créeme. Dime. Por el poder que se me otorga, los declaro marido y...
All right, so this is heavy right here. So now I look like a regular. Now, it's been reported that these people actually got married, like they really got married on the stage. All right, so they got married in a plantation in the game. All right. Now it's something, but now I don't know. All right, you see the man in the Northern Kingdom that's marrying them. There's somebody in the back. There's somebody in the back, right behind him, and it's blonde. You see blonde hair behind him. All right. So now, mind you, they're getting married, and then this is gonna pop up. So let's look. So they get married and the witch pops up. Is this woman not a witch? She represents the evil side of Babylon the Great, the truth of Babylon the Great, man. Man, matter of fact, I got a picture of her performing one time. Let me real quick, man. All right, so let's see real quick. So, Lock, give me a second, man. It's got to show this. All right. Now, look at Lady Gaga, man. This is Lady Gaga right here. Let me see. How do I? Well, I can't stretch it that much, but this is Lady Gaga right here. All right. Matter of fact, let me see. This Lady Gaga right here, man. All right, so lucky, man. Well, I'll just turn it around. So this is Lady Gaga. And what she has on her? A cage. She got a cage on her damn head. right? They called it the devil costume. This is on one of her performances. Everybody know Lady Gaga's a high level witch, right? So in this marriage that they were getting, a real marriage, you had Lady Gaga singing at the wedding, a witch at the wedding, right? Now, and like I said, Northern Kingdom's heavy on Mother Mary and the sorcery type of spirit, right? Hey, Southern Kingdom as well. We ain't gonna tit for tat, but we using this because this is what they're showing. They show Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is a damn witch, man, right? And she got a bird cage on her. Why is that important? Let's go to Revelations 18. Right? She got a bird cage on her. She represents Babylon the Great. That's why. And all the perversion of Babylon. You don't think she was with the elites? Right? Let's bring this out. This is Revelations chapter 18 and 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. Verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Every unclean and hateful bird. What is this woman doing? Where's that at? Let's go back to that. She got a bird cage for a costume. How is that not wickedness? She has a bird cage for a damn costume, man. Look at this. Look at that. See that? So, like I said, man, there's a lot of evil going on. You have to have open eyes to really see, of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue.
Lost in the words that we speak. I don't even want to do this anymore. 'Cause you are gonna know what you mean.
Now, it's kind of deep because the people get married and Lady Gaga, she looks scary, man. Look at her. Look at her, man. This woman looks horrifying. Now, like I said, they get married and Lady Gaga is singing. Right? They get married and Lady Gaga is singing. It even says in the Apocrypha, beware of singing women. Right? That entices you, right? Roughly paraphrasing. But what I get out of this is representation of Northern Kingdom being married to Babylon, the mother of whores, right? Because we clearly see there was a wedding going on right here, right? Everybody is drunk. And like I said, mind you, they're still in the plantation to this, right? Lady Gaga, the witch. This is Babylon right here. She represents the mother of all harlots. Idolatry, right? Let's go to real quick. Let's go to Revelation chapter 17. Let's go to Revelation chapter 17 real quick, man. All right. Like I said, there's a lot in this, man. And hey, this is my point of view. This is my perspective. All right, a brother might have a different perspective. It's okay. All right, this is let's see here, Salaki. All right, let's matter of fact, let's start at 1. Revelation chapter 7 and 1. One of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and said to me, "Come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute who sits." Oh, the brother said copyright strike. Oh, they stopped it. Well, I don't know if brothers still see it because somebody said they stopped the copyright. Somebody, I guess, I don't know if they stopped the video, but if they did, if y'all still seeing, then all praises. I mean, I'm just gonna keep going. All right, let's see. Salaki, he says, one of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came down, came and said to me, "Come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute who sits by many waters. With her, the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth who were intoxicated with the wine of her idolatry. Then the angel carried me away in the spirit into a wilderness. There was a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names and had 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman was dressed in purple and scarlet and was glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls. She held a golden cup in her hand, filled with abominable things and the filth of her adulteries. The name written on her forehead was a mystery: Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and of the abominations of the earth. Yeah, so like I said, I don't know. The Apttmh says it's not playing no more, so I don't know about that. But what I'll do, I'll load it. I'll just, matter of fact, I shouldn't do that in the first place. I shouldn't just load it down. Let me see. Oh, Salaki. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, it's a lot in here, man. But like I said, at the end of the day, they're still on the plantation, right? And you got Lady Gaga dancing with Bad Bunny, right? Now this is this massive celebration, right? While still being on the plantation. Now the good part of this is the unification, though, because I'm gonna skip all the way to the end. Oh yeah, this was the mighty part too. He gave his reward to this little boy. I don't know where that was at. He gave this award to this little boy right here. If I can find it. Well, yeah, I can't find it, but he gave this boy a reward, and I guess they said he was one of the boys that got snatched up by ICE. It was some, I don't know, maybe either ICE or something historical. I'm not too sure on that. I didn't look up on that. But yeah, man, I'll yield with that since I think it's probably messed up. So, but yeah, it's like I said, it's a lot in here, but the unification also on a righteous level, you know, he's shaking the hand while being in this game. And he's showing that even though, and look, I don't even see this. You see, it's like a cross, it's like crosses right here. But they like street lights. All right, I think it's street poles. Right? And it kind of like they all got a cross when you look at it. You know? But they're still in the plantation, man. That's the most important part to understand. We are still slaves, right? Ezekiel, was it Ecclesiastes 7:7? Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, but a gift destroys the heart, man. So we still slaves, man, and we're fighting to get out of this game, like Kendrick Lamar's performance. But we are still remaining in this plantation, like Bad Bunny. But at the end, you see that all the tribes come together. Right here. See all these flags? These represent all the 12 tribes of the nation. You got the Jamaican flag, Haitian flag somewhere down there. Right? And he give a shout out. And on the football, it says we must come together. That's Genesis 49 to the T. At a Levite stadium, Levite meaning join together. So we'll yield with that. I hope brothers and sisters seen it. And seen it in the spirit as well. Look, he naming all the tribes right here. Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Panama, Costa Rica. Right? This is mighty, man. That's the mighty part. And it says the only thing powerful than, what's that say? I can't see that. I'm trying to look at that sign up there, but yeah, he mentions, he basically says God bless America, and he mentions all the tribes, as America is more than just this little North America system right here. So this is the rebellion part right here. This is after the marrying of wickedness, after being in different genres and different styles of evolution, after they evolve time after time. This is the end right here. This is the end of the game right here, where all 12 tribes going to get together and fight through the spirit of Mashiach Yahushua. With that, Kwam Mashallah, Bashem Yahushua. Hey man, stay focused, stay blessed, man. We got next.